Hello friends, welcome back. Today I am so excited to be sitting down to film this comparison video. These two sunscreens are so similar, and the second that I got the new Cay Skin, what is it called? Mauve Mineral Sunscreen Drops, which is also, these are called ShadeDrops. I was like, I have tried these before, but I couldn't it wasn't that hard to figure it out. I was like, I think they're the Summer Fridays. So, like I said in that video when I reviewed this, I will link that above. I wanted to pick up my second bottle of the Summer Fridays one because I had finished it and I want to try them side by side. So that is what we're doing. I'm going to go through ingredients. I'm going to go through what they look like, how they feel, all those things. So just buckle up because we're going to get into it right now. So this is a very exciting video because the Summer Fridays was one of my very favorite sunscreens. I believe it was in my 2022 favorites of the year. So that has not changed. I know I still love it. I picked this up during the Sephora sale and I've been using it since I got it. It's still a very big favorite of mine. And the Mauve from Cay Skin is so similar. And that's why I want to sit down and review them for you today. But before we jump into the video, I have to give a big thanks and shout out to the lovely brand Ana Luisa. I am wearing, what is this, 4 pieces of their jewelry. And today I am working with them once again. It is one of those pinch me dream come true moments. They just are a stellar brand that I have coveted for a very long time. And I'm so glad to finally be working with them. It's like one of those things where you put it out into the universe that you want to work with a certain brand or somebody. And when it finally happens, you're just like, yes, it happened. So that said, you guys know that whenever I talk about anything on my channel, it's because I truly love it. Otherwise, I don't talk about it. And I have been rocking these pieces of jewelry for a few months now. And I've gotten some new ones, especially this bracelet. I'm going to show you close-ups of all of them. So I will insert that footage while I'm speaking about it. I will also have a link below because they are doing a Mother's Day sale. And I believe you get 25% off, which is huge. They also tend to have bundles. So I will link my link below. If you do purchase anything, let me know. Because one of the things that I love about it the most is, I don't know if you've met me, but I'm a little bit of a lazy girl at heart. I do a lot of things, but I try to do them in the most efficient way possible. And so one of those ways is for jewelry. I just forget to put it back on in the morning because I'm so busy working out, and then I'm going to work and all these things. And so something like jewelry pieces that I can wear through the shower, when I ride horses, when I work out, when I sleep, that is key for me. And I have not taken this bracelet off since I got it. And it is tarnish free. So that is one of those things that I look for. Of course, you don't want to buy a gold bracelet and then it just turns brown or whatever, that silvery kind of color. This does not do that. It looks just as good as the day that I got it. Like I said, I ride horses, I get super dirty with it. I wear these earrings, I've slept in them. They're little round gold hoops, they're really cute. This teardrop necklace is another stellar piece, and I'm gonna be bringing this to Mexico when I go because I feel like it's just the perfect amount of subtlety and not too much, but a little bit of something. And then of course my signet ring, which never leaves my hand. So, like I said, if you are interested in anything for your mother or for yourself or somebody who is like a mother, please check out that link. I really adore the brand and I think it's a affordable, tarnish-free option out there for pretty much anyone in your life. So now that we've talked about that, we are going to put these two sunscreens on my face and then I will be getting into kind of the ingredients in the later part of the video. So as I always do, I do 1/4 teaspoon, and when I'm doing a side by side, I do about 1/8, which is half of a quarter, and I will zoom you in right now. So first up we have the Summer Fridays ShadeDrops, and I'm going to be putting them on one side of my face. So this is the Summer Fridays ShadeDrops. I have reviewed both of these before, and for the Summer Fridays, this was one of my very favorite sunscreens. I think it was of 2022. So it's been around for a while. It's not new, but it is a great sunscreen and I still love it. It retails for $36, they both do, and they both come in 50 milliliters or 1.7 fluid ounces. And they are both SPF 30. They both have the exact same amount of active ingredients, which is 9.4% zinc oxide. And I'm gonna get into the ingredients afterward, but that's kind of the basic specs on this one. Neither one of them are waterproof, but they are 100% mineral sunscreen. They do not have butyl-lactyl salicylate in them, so if that is something that kind of irritates your skin, because it's basically a chemical filter, you can count on neither one of them having it. And then on the other side of my face, I will be using the I keep saying it wrong, Cay Skin Bay, also in the 1/4 teaspoon. And secondly, we have the Bay Mineral Sunscreen Drops SPF 30 by Cay Skin. Like I said, all of the specs are pretty much the same. SPF 30 retails for $36, 50 milliliters, 1.7 fluid ounces, and also 9.4% zinc oxide. So that is pretty much them. Like when I first put on the Cay Skin, and I will link videos for both the Cay Skin and then also the Summer Fridays because I have reviewed both of them in the past. But when I first put on the Cay Skin, because this was a newer release, this just came out in 2024, I was like, I've used this sunscreen before. Like this feels and smells exactly like something, and it's the Summer Fridays. So I told you guys then that I would review them both side by side so you can really see what they look like. And I'm very glad that I did. First of all, I had run out of the Summer Fridays, so this was a repurchase during the Sephora sale. Okay, so this is the Cay Skin side, this is the Summer Friday side. This one's had a few seconds longer to like set in a little bit, so we will give this one a second. And also, I apologize, but my camera completely died on when I was filming this, so I had to refilm portions. So the next part is an older version. This part was newer. It doesn't really matter, but basically I'm going to be wearing a different shirt for the second half of this video, and I will leave that to you right now. So say hello to past Dana going forward. I'm very glad to have it back in my life, but now that I'm putting them on my face, I literally cannot tell a difference. They are, for all intents and purposes, the same sunscreen, and because they give you the exact same amount and they're the same price, it really comes down to what you want. I will tell you that the Cay Skin has 9 more ingredients than the Summer Fridays, and I'm also going to put up a spreadsheet of what I basically took all the ingredients, put them in a spreadsheet, and I put them in the order that they come in, because that is the order of basically the amount. So usually you're going to see water as the first ingredient because a lot of products, that's the majority of the product. I mean, I'm not saying like 90%, but there's a good amount of water. And then it goes down in order of like the least. Why am I not able to say that word? But basically to the smallest amount. So the last one is the smallest amount. Oftentimes that is going to be your preservative. In this case, I think for the Cay Skin, it's caramel, which is probably for the color. So you can kind of go off of ingredient lists like that. There are times where they do it alphabetically, but they always have the active ingredient as a sunscreen above it, at least in America, because that is a little bit different, but that's a little bit into ingredient lists. So I do want to talk about the finish of them, and I've talked about this before in both of my videos. These are one of my favorite kinds of sunscreens for the summertime. Now, I don't mean like if you're going to be at the beach or the pool, because they are mineral, so they're going to come off with water. There are some mineral sunscreens that are waterproof, but these are not them. So if you do get wet, you'll either see it kind of streaking off your face or it just won't be there. So I don't recommend it for that. But I recommend it for if you're like inside, outside, like maybe, you know, like running errands. For me, I work from home, so I always put on a sunscreen regardless. And this would be a great summer sunscreen. It does set down. Like my face does not feel greasy whatsoever. I don't have any skincare on. I have normal skin. It gets a little bit more oily in the summertime, especially in the T-zone. But this is going to be a perfect sunscreen for somebody like me who has more balanced, normal skin. If you have drier skin, it may be okay if, in the summertime especially, but if you're wanting extra moisture and hydration, I would recommend putting on a moisturizer underneath for both of them. And what I do love about these sunscreens though, is they are, I think, one of the most perfect bases for underneath makeup or alone, because I have a glow. I feel like I look like I got like a facial, like I've got a nice glow to my skin, but it doesn't feel tacky or sticky, like my hair is not going to stick to it. And for me, that is huge. I just can't stand that feeling of like hairs getting in my face and getting stuck to my face. So that's big for me. And then you also get that glow throughout the day underneath your makeup. So I will not look too matte during the day if I put any makeup on over top. But again, this kind of depends on your skin type. So if you do have more dry skin, these are not going to be my #1 recommendation for you unless you're putting on some moisturizers underneath. But yeah, I did want to go into depth about the ingredient list just a little bit more. Like I said, I will put the picture of the ingredient list here, but I want to talk through a little bit of the differences. I got my spreadsheet right here, and I color coded it because that's who I am. So the first, let's see, 8 ingredients are exactly the same. And like I said before, well, I guess it's not necessarily 8 because zinc oxide is the first one, but that's the active ingredient. And that doesn't mean that it's the most, but the first 8 besides the active are exactly the same. And like I was saying before, that is going to tell you a lot about the base of the product. Now, without actual percentages, we can't really get into depth about the formula too much more, but we do know that water is the first one, and then we have C1215 alkyl benzoate, which are basically, it's an ester. It's a great ingredient. I put it in some of my products. And then we have sorbitan oleate, duglucoside cross polymer, oh my goodness, argan oil, and then vitamin E, tocopherol acetate, that's the same thing, and then another copolymer, and then glycerin. So that base, which is pretty much what I'm guessing, the base of these sunscreens are the same. No differences. The active zinc oxide is the same percentage. And then the majority, and I'll show you again, I mean, this is kind of a weird thing to show on camera, but the green are the ones that are the same. And then when you see the ones that I did in orange, those are all same ingredients, but not in the exact same order. And so the majority of them are pretty close. One example is caramel though. It's kind of closer to the top of the list for the Summer Fridays, and it's at the very bottom of the Cay Skin list. But the other ones are kind of like a few places off. And then the Cay Skin, like I said before, has 9 ingredients that the Summer Fridays does not have. And they are aloe leaf juice, which is a great ingredient, guava leaf extract, another extract, lactobacillus ferment, which is a great ingredient also, propanediol, another good one, 1,2-hendexiol, potassium sorbate, citric acid, and hydroxyacetylene. That one I don't know how to say. But I would say that the ingredients that the Cay Skin have, that they've added, that the Summer Fridays does not have, are actually really wonderful ingredients. A lot of them are extracts. They're not going to necessarily do a ton for your skin just because this is a sunscreen. It's not skincare. It may help a little bit, but I wouldn't necessarily say like, oh my God, those 9 ingredients are like the make or break. For me, they're bonuses, but it really kind of is up to you on if you want them or not, or maybe if you have an allergy to them, they're kind of the same. But I don't think I've ever had this experience where not only was I kind of thinking that they looked the same, felt the same, but then when I actually looked at the ingredient list, they were pretty much, the base is the same. So it's a hard video because you can go either way, and there's not like this one is cheaper or this one is cheaper. They're the same price. You're getting the same amount. The consistency is pretty much the same. I do want to actually do a swatch on my hand because they're both quite fluid, but I feel like maybe if there's going to be any difference, it's going to be that. So let's try that out. I have to put a lot to see if it runs. Okay, so this one, the one that is running more, that is the Cay Skin, and this is the Summer Fridays. So you are seeing actually a little bit more fluidity in the Cay Skin versus the Summer Fridays, but even when I rub them, they look exactly the same. So it's really, really minimal. I wouldn't even say that the Cay Skin one is more fluid. Like, I don't find when I'm using them that one is more fluid than the other. It just was like a slight difference when I poured them onto my hand. But that's kind of what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. don't forget, I will be linking my link to Ana Luisa, my favorite non-tarnishable makeup jewelry brand. Also, this one is so cute. I don't think I showed you, but they're links, like the paperclip links, but then right here, I know I have goosebumps. I don't know if you can see that, but right in the middle on the top, where is it? Right here, these two have like a little bit of, like, not crystals, but kind of like, you know, some glitter in it. So I've been wearing this nonstop. I haven't been able to find a bracelet that I can wear nonstop because they all tarnish and kind of just get dull looking. So this one has been on nonstop, has not taken it off, rode horses in it, took a shower with it on. You know, they're just my go-to, and I am so thrilled to be working with them once again. And I hope that you guys can pick something out for your mother or somebody who serves as a mother in your life, because they all deserve a little bit this time of year. So with that said, I will end it here, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm really enjoying these sunscreens, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.